Hello everybody and welcome back to the JakesRC Stuff channel, and today, as is sort of tradition towards the end of the year, I'm going to be doing a video going over the planes of 2021. So basically what I've done is I've scrolled back through YouTube Studio to the beginning of the year, and I'm going to go through every single plane that is featured in the video and say where are they now, what I think of them, etc. So the first one to feature on the channel, which actually came through on the 8th of January, was the Mini Talon Pro V2, which has still not been flown yet. It's featured on the channel since the main build to get sort of sorted out. But since then, that's about it. It's grown on me a little bit more. Again, I just need to test flight at this point. It's all on the new radio and everything. It needs a full proper test flight. I just haven't got around to it. One thing I will say, just in case people are worried, is that it will be a black screen because this is just a talking episode. I have some text on it if I can bother to throw it into an editor and stick some on, but if not, it's just me talking. So if we go along, I next actually flew my E-flite Night Vision Air, which I think is featured on the channel to be complained about. But other than that, hasn't. It was just a nighttime demo, which has 3,500 views, apparently. This is before the shorts feature on YouTube came out. It's a 5-second video, so if it had been portrait, that would have been a fantastic video to go viral for that. I think what was happening is that it was getting picked up in metadata for, like, helicopters at night, like army helicopters. And it's like a lot of Indian and sort of that area of Asia were watching it, which seems a bit strange, but never mind. More Mini Talon Pro. I then did a full overview of the Flight Night Vision Air, flawed nighttime magic. Something on the Zo HD Drift. Flown that a couple of times. Need to fly it some more. Need to fly everything a bit more. I've only flown for like 3 times this year, which is better than the one in 2020. But I do really want to push through and do a lot more of it nowadays. It's just at the minute I am very busy and I'm also slightly ill again. So that's great. So yeah, with Drift, and then did some stuff on why the FY41 died. This is not just planes, this is sort of projects as well, the planes and projects of 2021, I guess. So yeah, we then went on to the Drop Quad, which has had a few episodes, a little bit of work done, and then just kind of stood up in a corner for a while. It needs finishing off, so I can then move on to building a fun jet. I have 2 sat on the shelf, one for speed, one for FPV. So yeah, we're just gonna wait for that to happen. The Concorde, of course, featured on the channel. We had an episode. I think this year I need to do some more work on that. It's still hung up on the roof. Generally, need to do a load more work on that. Test from the workshop again, which I think was on the Viper jet, which obviously set on fire. We had the Easy Glider Pro that, of course, I built. I think it was a Christmas present. It was a Christmas present. That then, of course, ended in a disaster and it all locked out. That I was so annoyed with it. It's just sat on the shelf and is waiting to be repaired. Drop Quad. I then sold my Tyrannus and bought my Futaba 16, which I'm still slowly moving models over to. I then also found out about the R9 issues, which I think they have now gone back and made so that you can use the old stuff with the new stuff, but you'd have to flash everything or get a module for old, module for new. Just a load of fucking about. I'm going TBS Crossfire, and it's a lot better. Express LRS is an option. I'm not particularly looking into it personally because I have Crossfire and it does everything that I need to do. Did some moving over of planes onto the 16. Some tests of the Radio Master with Easy UHF. First model set up with the Radio Master T16 and Crossfire. Tales from the workshop. That's Viper jet stuff, lithium ion batteries. The AXN that blew off the car and broke. That is now finally sorted and is trimmed properly. Flies well. Easy Glider 4 build again. My second Radio Master, because I bought the gold one, and I've got the gold one for Easy UHF, the regular one for Crossfire. My original one had some issues. The Hobby RC sorted, but wasn't the best way of sorting it, but I could see where they were coming from. Okay, I've ordered from them again since. The FlexJet TV which I've got some new batteries to test. I just need to fly that model. I need to fix it. You've reminded me. Have I actually put that on the spreadsheet of current planes? Existing planes, that's what it's called. FlexJet. Needs a wing connector reglue, so it is on the list to do. Flex Division, yeah, the wing joiner needs gluing back on. So I did a rambly discussion about all parts of flight controllers. Basically, the outcome of that is I'm probably going to go iNav and everything nowadays. I do like the SNL Owl, but people have complained that they've had issues with them in the past. Mine's fine, and the one that I got technically isn't available anymore. It's all a bit complicated, and you can't get them in the UK, whereas I can get iNav. You know, it says a lot when the mini Drac, which is going to be like my big expensive build that I'm slowly putting together. Well, not big, it's the mini Drac, but the expensive build I'm putting together at the minute is going to have iNav in it. It says quite a lot to me. Right, we'll go back, scroll down. Wingwings 84. We also started a small series looking at a shop. It's not COVID, by the way. Don't panic. I've had 3 or 4 tests at this point, all negative. All the things on Banggood, what would I actually buy? Which is a series I did for a while. Kind of interesting. My first setup of an SNL Owl. Again, really like that flight controller. Wingwings 84. Of all the things on Hobby King, what would I buy? Converting my Dart 250G to 3S lithium batteries. Then, of course, I announced Project Jet, which was due to becoming unemployed, being vastly delayed. Of all the planes of Flex Innovations, which ones would I buy? Wingwings 84, Zoe HD Drift, Easy Glider, again, I was talking about the crash. Wingwings 84. The FY51 exists, so that was exciting. Original AXN, Drift, Wingwings 84, the RV8, which is my favourite plane. The Flex Innovations RV8, which used to have loads of dislikes for some reason, that video. What are the comments? It says there's 2 comments, but if you click on comments, there's none there. Thanks, YouTube. Oh, piss, is this now? Oh, no. Possibly. Yeah, okay. I then rebuilt the S1100 because I just needed to decide whether to rebuild that or throw it away. It needs maintaining again. More Project Jet. The RV8. A second flight video. The FT Goblin still needs maintaining, but it's done. It's not even moved from where I put it when I finished the build. I'm rather on Western Park. I also did a video on what I thought of Western Parks. If you're really interested in that, you can go and find that out. Wow, I'm actually going to do this quite quickly for me. More Goblin. I'm showing off the GoPro Hero 9, which hasn't been on a plane yet, and MacBook Air, which edits basically anything that's actually got video in it. Is filmed on an iPhone and then edited on a MacBook Air. MacBook Air has made editing and just some of my other general day-to-day life so much easier. And it's a much higher quality piece of kit than the Asus laptop that I bought for like only less than £100 less, because my MacBook Air, it should be $999. It was $868 on offer, because this was around August time, so I guess it was for back to university or whatever. It was $868. I got 10% off that, so that was $780 then, and then I got 6.5-7% off of that amount. So you can work out if you want to how much I paid for it. We then actually went on to issues with the FT Goblin and getting rid of the original Dart. We then went on to the mini Drac build. I discussed the King Twin from Hobby King, mini Drac again. Stuff on flight test planes, which I put as a short. Also, I did the Hobby King thing as a short as well. Gets lots of that because he gets promoted a lot. More Goblin, more mini Drac. Then I did a video discussing what I thought of Western Park, to try to be as constructive as possible. More right wing mini Drac. Finally fixing the AXN issues. A video saying I'm quite sick, quite common. Mini Drac, saying goodbye to the original Dart, which I completely threw in the bin, and my twin dream, which is in the loft. A flight log, did them throughout the year when I've been flying. Mini Drac, Mini Talon Pro V2, Sadness, which was just a fun little Christmas video. Size checking some 26650 cells, interesting again. BFG from Hobby King, Mini Drac, and some Christmas trees. And that was all the sort of videos and projects, or planes and projects, that have been on the channel this year. I will be doing another video where I discuss what happened this year on the channel, in terms of like views and stuff, and what I'm going to aim for next year, and what the plan is and stuff like that. That's on the list to do. I've got so much shit to do. It's the 22nd as I record this. I have half of my presents to wrap still. But yeah, another thing that I want to do this year is try and hit 400 subscribers. I'm at like 395, 394 in a minute. And if you've somehow stumbled onto this video and want to subscribe, it will help me out. I'm also still unemployed. I was meant to have an interview on Monday. Today is Wednesday. But they never called me, so that was fucking nice of them, wasn't it? Kind of pinning some hopes on that. I'm still doing delivery, Uber Eats, Amazon Flex, stuff like that to try and just cover basic bills. But that covers basic bills and only just, and sometimes it doesn't. So any kind of fun stuff hasn't really happened. I got a tax rebate from the government from when I got fired because I was paying tax if I was going to be there for 12 months when I was only there for 6. So I paid below the tax threshold. So I got £480 odd back, which A, paid for Christmas because I had no idea how I was going to buy stuff for Christmas. It's also given me some money to buy myself like my own Christmas gift, I try and do each year. So I bought myself a Runcam 2 4K to go in the front of the Mini Drac. That was my Christmas present to myself. I've kind of been fancying some new goggles, some of the HD goggles that can also be HD and analog, and you know, the Fat Sharks or the other ones that people recommend. But obviously that's not happening because I also want a jet, and I also want the big RVA, the 70cc Flex Innovations RVA, because of how much I love the 60. But of course, no money, no planes. The reason I bambled about that. In the description of most of my videos, there is links to Patreon that nobody subscribed to, or PayPal. If you've got an odd £5 or whatever, or even less, just 3p in your PayPal. That I think it has to be above £1 actually, but there you are. It's like in your PayPal account after Christmas or anything like that. Feel it sending me that way. I will thank you in a video, of course, for that. Yeah. Considering that part of the reason why I got fired was because of my performance being worse due to stress and depression and stuff, and them not believing that I had that, the fact that they then fired me and I've struggled to get a job, isn't great. So I don't understand. I understood not getting responses back when I never worked before. I understood that, but I worked at a company for over 4 years. And so, you know, it shows commitment because they were a wank company for most of that time, or certainly for the last year. But yeah, that's enough of my sad rambles to end this Projects and Planes video. But thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.